Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. Today, I've got the awesome opportunity to do a review on this 2007 BMW M6. And right off the bat, this thing is crazy. It's got a 5-liter V10 in it, and it freaking screams to the moon and has exhaust crackles like you've never freaking seen before.
Each other's hearts, it's a cold-blooded love, it's a cold-blooded love. Love us break each other's hearts, it's a cold-blooded love.
Alright guys, so like I said, 2007 BMW M6 V10 5-liter, and it does absolutely scream to the moon. This is my buddy Bryson's. He was nice enough to let me get a review of it, but as you can see here, beautiful car, kept up well. I do know that in stock form these cars make around 500 crank horsepower. This one is producing, he's never had it dyno, but we are projecting it's between 550 and 600 to the wheels. And it definitely feels like it makes every bit of it. The car weighs 4,200 pounds is the curb weight, but it really doesn't feel like it. It's light on its feet, and throttle response is absolutely amazing so far. But I'm gonna give you a shot of the interior, and we'll kind of look at the engine and some of the specs there, and then we'll take it for a drive. All right, so I kind of did some pan shots on the interior of the car. I'm not gonna go over the interior a whole lot. This is gonna be more or less of a performance review over interior. But I will say it's got some really cool features. BMWs are known for being luxury cars, kind of like in the same realm as Mercedes. But definitely a nice car on the inside. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood and show you the engine and tell you kind of what all he's got done to it to make that between 550 and 600 wheel horsepower. And then I've got to start it up and get some rev ups for this exhaust. This is one of the nastiest sounding cars I've ever heard in my life. The camera's not gonna do it justice, but I'm gonna take a video of it anyway. If you ever get a chance to freaking hear an M6 with a V10, listen to it, because it sounds sick. All right, so like I said, this engine is not stock. It doesn't have anything crazy done to it. Mainly, it's within bolt-ons and tunes. But the car does have full 3-inch custom exhaust, custom catless headers, and it's got a custom dual cone intake. And well, I'm gonna pan the camera down so you can see here. I didn't even notice it till a few minutes ago, but that is literally awesome. Obviously, it's picking up some good air right at the snout of the car. I've never really seen it set up like that before, so that's definitely something pretty cool. And then it has an agency power pulley and a stage 2 Gentani 485 tune. Other than that, the engine is completely stock. As far as the ride, the car is lowered on lowering springs. And other than that, it's stock, and it has two 85, 35, 19 Mickey Thompsons on the back, so it will hook up if it's even in the least bit warm. All right, so I'm gonna jump in here and fire it up. I'm gonna have Josh, my camera guy, stay behind the car. We're gonna get an awesome exhaust clip of it. I'm probably gonna get kicked out of where we're at. They definitely don't like loud cars around here, but guess what? I'm doing it for you guys, so hang tight. All right guys, so we're going to take off here in the M6, put it in first. It goes into gear nice and easy. We're on quite a bit of an incline right now, so I'm trying not to ride the piss out of this clutch too bad. It's good. And then what little bit I have drove the car so far, the owner has explained to me the difference in regular mode, which is more so for daily driving, and M Sport mode, or just M mode here on the steering wheel. So regular, he says it makes about 440, if I'm not mistaken, in that range. It adds over 100 horsepower just by clicking this little M button right here. And then also, what else I've noticed is the steering tightens up quite significantly, and then the throttle response is a huge difference. One of my favorite things about this car so far is just how nice it drives, like going over bumps and stuff. I drive a C6 Corvette. It's a lot more bare bones than this, so when you go over a bump, the interior rattles, you hear it pretty bad. It's nothing you can't live with, but it is nice getting in something like this and having a little bit more refinement. And this car is no exception to that rule. The gears are just really silky in this. It's got a super long throw, so it's not a short shifter, but just the shift itself is super smooth. Yeah, it really does. It tackles the bumps really good. My car will be rattling like crazy right now. The car gets up to speed super nice. It really does ride the bumps really good. Like I said, the tune on this car is, I mean, it's pretty solid. I've been driving it around for probably close to 2 hours now. There's really no hiccups in it or anything like that. It is a E85 tune, so it drinks gas pretty good. I've already ran out probably, oh yeah, probably a little bit over a quarter of a tank thus far. But the miles per gallon were really high. Miles per gallon was low, miles per gallon is really high. So far, honestly, my favorite thing about this car is the exhaust note. So like I said earlier, it's a naturally aspirated V10, and this thing cranks out some RPMs. Stock, if I'm not mistaken, she redlines around 8,000 RPMs, and then he told me that with the tune, you can rev it out to redline at 8,800, and that is insane. The car just screams. You can get a little bit of a taste of it right there. It's good. This car is the kind of car that loves the RPMs, though. It's not, you know, a super torquey engine. As far as torque numbers, we don't even know the horsepower numbers, so I definitely don't know the torque numbers. It hasn't been dynoed. But just driving it, I know it's kind of like, not exactly like a Honda, but you do have to crank it out to get the power out of it. So I don't think the car makes a crap ton of torque, but honestly, that noise makes up for it. It's good. It's really good. And also another cool thing about the car, I know my car is super wide. You know, C6 Corvettes, you have those long sloping fenders that you can see. This car doesn't. It might be as wide, but it doesn't feel as wide to me just driving it. As far as a daily driver car, honestly, I think it'd be pretty good. This one's probably a little loud to daily drive, but honestly, when you're not getting on it that much, it's not that terrible. It doesn't have a drone. My car has a really bad drone, and most straight pipe V8 cars do, but this car does not. It really is not crazy loud until you get into the RPMs. Really like the steering wheel with this car too. It's got nice bolsters, good thick steering wheel. Horn works good. This is all right, so for me getting used to driving a cam car, this is awesome to do this again. I have it in 6th gear. I'm literally going like 30. And I mean, I don't have to clutch it out to keep it from bucking and surging. I mean, I can just give it gas, which is nice for cruising. This car's got a personality, if you will. This is the kind of car that, you know what it's thinking, it's sitting there thinking, you know what, I'm just gonna cruise around and be myself, but if somebody tries messing with me, I'm gonna show them what's up. Come on. Seats are really comfortable. I'm obviously, if you're watching the video, you can tell I'm not the smallest human being in the world. These side bolsters for fat people like me, they're a little bit intrusive, but they do hold you in the seat really good, which is good when you're, driving hard and going around corners. All right, we're getting closer to some back roads here. I'm gonna get on it. We got a couple little turns up here. I'm gonna come out of them and get on it a little bit, but already you can hear that that V10's literally sitting there waiting. It's like, I wanna go, I wanna go, I wanna go. It wants the RPMs. Oh. Here, listen to those pops. That is literally, that's awesome. All right, so we're gonna take off in first. She's pretty stout. That exhaust crackle is intoxicating.
M mode definitely makes a difference.
Yeah, M mode makes a absolutely huge difference. Downshifts are nice and easy. God, that's nice. Listen, listen to that exhaust. Good Lord. We got stuck behind some traffic here, so I don't know how much more I'm going to be able to do that. Let's get one more first gear rip. Golly. Good night. That is so much fun. Every time you get on it, it's like a power surge. It's intoxicating because like it doesn't really make a lot down low, but when it really starts getting, you know, 5-6 grand, I mean, it just starts pulling, and then it hits 7 grand, and it just starts pulling harder, and then it goes up to 8 grand, and you're like, oh my God. And then about the time you hit 8 grand, you have to shift, and then it's all over again. It's the surge all over again. It's really fun. And the pops, listen to that. That is part of what makes a car right there. If a car isn't fun, it's not worth having, in my opinion. Literally, this car is so much fun. I would drive it like hell just to hear the exhaust pops every day. Listen to that. We're gonna do a 5,000 RPM rip. I'm addicted to throwing it down a gear and just hearing those RPMs. I tell you what, this thing is a German car, but it is 4th of July every freaking day in this thing. Listen, that's like fireworks going off. It's like being at Myrtle Beach on the 4th of July, come on. All right, guys, we made it. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I want to thank Bryson for letting me do a review on his M6. It's been a heck of a lot of fun, man. The car is absolutely nasty. It's addicting, the RPMs, and the pops of the exhaust. But I'm gonna put Bryson's Instagram handle right here. If you guys are watching this, go follow him, and you can kind of watch the build and what he's doing with the M6. And I think he has an M3 as well. He's doing some work with. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.